All right, what's going on, everyone? I just shouted out on Instagram, and boom, bang, bing, we have a lot to unpack here. I'm going to do a poll on dinosaurs on my story after the live here, wondering where people are at. Shout out to Rules and Tools, man. What's flopping, dude? Wait till we talk about what had just happened in China, Rules. You'll be shocked, man. Rules, what's going on in California action, dude? Sunny, nice. No floods or droughts right now, or fires, rather. Shout out to freaking Rules, man. I guess I'll go right to, you know what's crazy, eh? If I try to go live on TikTok right now, you know what it'll say, eh? Confirm your age before going live. To confirm my age, it wants me to either, okay, take a selfie, use my ID, or use my credit card. I guess the selfie would be fine. They already have my face, right? Still, I don't feel proper about this, man. Okay, hold on. You remember what I was going to do last time? I tried to get like a face of an old man on my computer and then like put the face cam to that. Okay, age confirmed. Wow, they let me confirm my age with just a face. I still probably just gave them too much data, but I'm on TikTok anyway, so the way I figure it, it's a double-edged sword. We got to use the good edge of the sword, you know? Let's see, what's a good title for TikTok action? Shout out to Swing. Swing, what's going on? Yeah, dude, Swing, send me a hat, man. I'll wear your hat, dude. I'm just going live on TikTok, actually, not... I'll do Instagram after, but TikTok. So if you remember it was over the winter. We got like 500,000 followers on TikTok in like 3.5 months. Because I was talking about giants and I was talking about the true shape of the earth and the age of the earth. But by the way, I haven't posted about the true shape of the earth in a little while because that is like, for some reason, one of the most unpreferred things. Like TikTok seemingly does not want people talking about the true shape of the earth in the slightest, dude. It's really censored. And same thing with talking about those trails in the sky. Shout out to Aqua. What's going on, man? The trails in the sky, you can't talk about those on TikTok either, man. So I just stay away. I hope enough of you guys are aware of what's going on in our skies to where I don't need to discuss it on TikTok anymore. It's just not happening. So the other thing I found out, just so you guys know, this is so convenient, okay? So dinosaur bones, right? We all know it actually is not, we know the truth about dinosaurs, put it that way. But it turns out a bunch of people, they went and, a group of people gave a bone to a, whatchamacallit, some type of university or something that does carbon dating. And if they had told them that it was a dinosaur bone, an alleged dinosaur bone, then they wouldn't have accepted. They wouldn't have tried to carbon date this dinosaur bone. But they carbon dated the dinosaur bone, and it came back to under 10,000 years old. Then they told them it was a dinosaur bone, and they say, oh, we weren't supposed to test that. Our carbon dating doesn't work on dinosaur bones. Because it's 60 million years old or whatever. But isn't that convenient, Swing? Did you know that, dude? Everyone on TikTok right now, just so you know, we're discussing this and a lot more on my Rumble live stream channel, which is at the link in my bio here on TikTok. That's literally the main reason I use TikTok, other than the editing app on here, is to shout out the Rumble live stream channel, because it's where we have zero censorship at all. There's so many. Do you guys even know how many posts I've posted that have gotten community freaking guidelines and they get yanked out and I don't get to share them? This is what we discuss, some of the things we discuss on Rumble. So we're going to end the TikTok live in a second, but not yet. I still want to tell you guys a few more things, but click the link in my bio. Now, user641 said, what do you think about going to concerts like The Weeknd? I have a dear friend very close to me who went to a freaking Weeknd concert in like 2017. And this is confirmed, by the way. This also happened in the Netherlands. In the flames behind The Weeknd, so of course there's red flames. It looks demonic and satanic, but there he is. And The Weeknd singing or lip syncing or whatever. In the flames behind his head on the big screen, you can literally see like demon-looking faces, like gargoyling around in the flames. But then what happened in the Netherlands was, during a Weeknd concert, for one split second of the big screen behind this concert, who's in the Netherlands listening to The Weeknd? I guess the guy's famous, eh? Anyways, it literally said the word Satan, dude. It said Satan for one split second. And that was what thousands, tens of thousands of people are standing at this concert, not knowing there's a bit of a ritual going on, which is freaking shocking. Southern Gentleman said, hey, brother, what's up? First time I've been on your live. Shout out to Southern Gentleman. Listen, guys, I want to discuss more and more about this, but we're going to do it on my Rumble live stream channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. It's at the link in my bio. All of you guys are paying attention. TikTok is a different vibe, eh? Usually I shout out the lives for Rumble on my Instagram, but TikTok is a different group of folks, so it's great to see you guys. I've been posting on Instagram for damn near 10 years, and TikTok only like 2 or 3. So anyways, listen, and I've had many accounts deleted. Like if you just joined to this TikTok, dude, I had 500,000 followers. They deleted it from a few posts that you probably should want to know about. So anyways, we're live on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Come on over to Rumble. I love you all. And if you have questions, I'd love to answer them all, but we can't answer them on TikTok for obvious reasons. So come to Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. I hope to see you guys there. All right. Southern Gentleman, it's Shane Vibes Truth on Instagram. But come to Rumble, dude. Rumble's where it's at right now. That's where we're streaming right now. Okay, we'll see you guys on there. Boom, bang, bang. Yeah, TikTok is funny because when you go live, if like a certain percentage of people all of a sudden watch your live for a certain amount of seconds or whatever, all of a sudden, boom, bang, bang, you'll like surge into like 700 people will be watching. Whereas Instagram doesn't really seem to have an algorithm on the lives. But now I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram real quick. Better than the weekdays. Shout out to Thrax, man. He's cracking a joke. Everyone comment where you're tuning in from, except for those of you who already know exactly where you're tuning in from. Like to the coordinates. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Yeah, exactly, Swing. That's basically what I told them, man. Shout out to Jay Goddessy, who's on here as well. And Matthew as well. Shout out to Matthew, man. So I just did a poll on Facebook. I said, dinosaurs, yay or nay? You know what's funny? Actually, I want to tell you guys one thing. Before we talk about dinosaurs, a guy commented on my post the other day about ethanol. And he said the amount of energy and fuel and emissions, whatever you want to call it, to make ethanol and then to grow it, till the field, process it, then put it into gas and truck it there and everything. He said that he believes it's probably a bigger scam than wind turbines. You know what's funny about that? I have a book called The Wind Farm Hoax. And let me just say, I will not be talking about wind turbines on any social media at all. For some reason, it is one of the most censored subjects, among others. But wind turbines, I've had multiple posts fact-checked for talking about wind turbines, dude. And how energy efficient they really are and actually aren't, you know? So anyways, listen, guys, I want to talk to you about dinosaurs and also wind turbines and this Lindsay Clancy girl thing that's going on, which is just shocking. We're going to discuss more about it on my Rumble live stream channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. If you want to tune in, it's at the link in my bio. Come on over to Rumble now. We're streaming there. We got a ton of people joining. And we're talking about breaking, shocking news that they don't want you knowing about. Valian Black Bear said, what's your favorite dinosaur? I would say a A Norwegian ridgeback. That's a dragon. You guys get the joke? That's a Harry Potter joke. Okay, we'll see you guys on Rumble. Dinosaurs, I'm not so sure about. Dragons, I am sure about, though. Okay, we'll see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. I did block the chicken sandwich guy, don't worry. Shout out to Mama Sheebs, all the way from Ohio. Who else is from where? You know, Ohio. One of the things I think of when I think of Ohio is Mr. Stanley Meyer. Stanley Meyer made the water-powered car, and then he was whacked. Rest in peace. So he was from Ohio, though. Thrax said, I saw a mini documentary about the wind turbines in places, middle of the U.S., how it's a complete scam. It was a little interesting. Well, dude, in my book, it's like, I guess it is my book because I actually physically own it as opposed to renting it on Kindle or something. Dude, you won't believe this. The amount of energy it takes to make a wind turbine, if you've seen how gigantic those things are, it takes about 25 years to generate the amount of electricity that it took, the amount of energy that it took to make a wind turbine. It takes 20 some odd years to make that energy back. And they have a lifespan of like 20 something years. It's a complete freaking joke. Wow, guys, did you hear what Kendall Aaron just said? Congratulations to Kendall Aaron, who said she took a pregnancy test yesterday after the live stream was over and it came back positive. So she's really happy, and she doesn't know if it's because of the chalk, a heart. Shout out to Kendall Aaron, who's bringing a newborn little child into this freaking world. And I already know Kendall doesn't support this crazy demonic possession of Lindsay Clancy. I don't even want to how much we want to talk about this story, man, but the Lindsay Clancy thing is freaking shocking. I hope Kendall doesn't even know about it. It would honestly be better to be out of her perception, to be honest. But shout out to Kendall, who's bringing a new little newborn into this world. So beautiful. Kendall, is that your first? Let me know, Kendall. By the way, something that's very interesting for everyone who's joining, there's a bunch of new people on here. On this live specifically, you know, we're doing something a little bit shocking, eh? Because I just made a post about this. Is what I wanted to say to Mr. Rules and Tools there, that China just rejected a giant shipment of mung beans from Australia because there was too much glyphosate in the mung beans for their import strict standards. But Australia allows 7.5 times more glyphosate in their food than China does. But China is facial recognition. You'll be interrogated and jailed if you say anything bad about the government. But they make sure the food is cleaner than here. What's with that, dude? I say here, I'm not in Australia, but I'm sure we have shitty glyphosate levels. I know we have bad glyphosate in Canada and the US and everything. I don't know what it is compared to Australia versus China, but that's shocking, dude. Every Australian consumer should be thinking about this, man, big time. But anyway, so for everyone who's joining right now, we have a special deal that's going on to help people detox and boost their systems naturally and calibrate their endocrine systems and get all the crazy chemicals and contaminants out of themselves. Because this is a big deal, dude. So we are giving away one single free giant tub of the Chad mode. I just merged two words. That's called a malorphosis. There's a term for that when you put two words together. Anyway, a Chad mode, which is the natural energy drink / pre-workout from Chalk, which has organic blue spirulina and organic caffeine in it. The blue spirulina binds to free radicals, heavy metals, microplastics, pesticides, and excretes it out of the body. And the organic caffeine, being from green coffee beans, supports natural energy boost. And what's interesting too, speaking of China, China produces the vast majority of the world's synthetic caffeine. If you have an energy drink or a pre-workout from usual sources, it's got synthetic caffeine in it that they make in laboratories and big factories in China, which I can't imagine is very good for you. So we're giving away one free, super detoxing, delicious Chad mode on the live. The way the deal works, it is first come, first serve. I just put the link in the chat, which goes to chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. If you go to chalk.com and you put any, so for example, the number one superfood on there for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit. So Shilajit is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It massively increases the production of new brain cells. It calibrates your endocrine system. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland, and it massively increases memory, cognition, and focus. That's just the Shilajit. Shilajit is the number one superfood. The second one is the organic ashwagandha, which is in the male and female vitality stack at chalk.com, which has 43 clinical studies on it. It's pro-fertile. It calibrates your endocrine system. It massively increases melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. And it's considered the king of herbs in India. And that's in both the male and female vitality stack. So the way the deal works to get the $100 freebie of the Chad mode, if you're the first person to go to chalk.com and you put the male vitality stack or the female vitality stack in your cart, and you apply the coupon code 44LIFE, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically you're going to get a $100 tub of Chad mode in your order. And the reason why that's exciting also is because we couldn't talk about Chad mode for like 6 months because we were running low on it, and we were just holding Chad modes for people who were subscribed to them. But we just got a restock. That's why we're able to give one away for free. Bitcoin is sending right now. Swing. I wonder where it's going to turn around, dude, because I'm pretty sure that thing is still going to much lower. But I mean, it's up a number of percent from its. Well, let's say this: it's still down 42% from the highs, but you know, it's definitely. I know I was looking at that. Holy croppers, eh? So, anyways, the third superfood in the female vitality stack is the wild crafted Irish moss, which has the full matrix of minerals. It rebuilds your DNA. It's extremely pro-fertile. It calibrates your endocrine system. Also, it has anti-aging and beauty effects because it supports skin elasticity and skin hydration. And all those bioavailable minerals bind to free radicals and heavy metals and detox them out of you, man. It's freaking awesome. Kendall said, is it safe to take chalk during pregnancy? You know what's funny, Kendall? So first thing I have to say is it says on every bottle of chalk is not intended for nursing or pregnant women. With that being said, the Irish moss, for example, is an interesting one because Irish moss. So yeah, guys, by the way, Kendall, were you trying to conceive for a while, Kendall? Were you wanting to have a baby for a while, or did you just happen to be taking chalk and then also got pregnant? Because that is, I mean, it is pro-fertile, so I'm not surprised. And then also, though, what I was going to say is that you can go to some grocery stores or whatever and buy Irish moss. Now, usually it's farmed in the Caribbean and it's full of microplastics, so I don't advise you to go buy it. The chalk Irish moss is wild crafted from Nova Scotia, so it's a lot more potent and pure and clean. But it's just interesting because you can go buy that at the store. There's no warning, but as soon as it's in a capsule, we have to say it's not intended for nursing or pregnant women. So it's this weird, strange loophole that I don't know. I'm sure they would tell you you could take Tylenol, but you can't take Irish moss in a capsule. I don't know. But I'm thinking you're supposed to consult with a healthcare practitioner or a naturopath or something, Kendall. That's what I'm supposed to say, I think. Chief Mustache, get this, dude. We actually talked about this on the live the other day. So hold on a second. Heirloom cacao. Usually, heirloom cacao benefits for fertility. Usually, the main benefits of the cacao, the chocolate powder, is heirloom cacao benefits for fertility. Is usually the fact that it boosts your gut microbiome, which does boost your whole body. So I, right off the bat, if heirloom cacao boosts your gut microbiome, then I'm sure that's got to boost fertility. Your microbiome is so important, you know. But because, and then we also say, you know, it's super good it stimulates stem cell production, which goes and repairs damaged tissue and damaged cells. It's very good for your blood flow, your blood oxidation, your heart health. But heirloom cacao, when you type it in, offers notable fertility benefits by delivering high levels of antioxidant flavonoids that protect reproductive cells from oxidative damage, abundant magnesium to support hormonal balance, and mood-boosting compounds like theobromine and phenylethylamine that support healthy stress responses and optimizes reproductive health. So shockingly, yes, the chocolate powder, the heirloom cacao, is pro-fertile as well, which I never usually call it that. And now I'm going to have to. Wow. Kendall Aaron has been trying to conceive for a very long time. She's been on chalk for how long, I wonder. Let me know, Kendall. And now she is pregnant. So just so you know, hold on, Kendall, let's just take a second here. And by the way, guys, remember, the first person to get a male or female Vitality Stack subscription gets the Chad mode for free in their subscription. But you got to make sure you apply the coupon code 44LIFE, which gives you that 44% off lifetime discount on the male or female Vitality Stack subscription. Now, so Kendall, do you remember, I'm sure you were on the live because I mentioned it on a bunch of lives. of the guy who said we were trying to conceive for like several years. Then him and his wife, in his tense, he said me and my wife, but him and his wife started taking the male and female vitality stacks. And then he came on the live in like May, I think, and he said his baby's due in August or something. So he may have just had his baby actually. Again, this is a guy, I couldn't tell you his username. I couldn't tell you what he is on Instagram. I don't think he's ever really DM'd me. I think he just went and got chalk for him and his wife. And then I've never heard from him since, but he just came on the live and said they're having a baby and they're so stoked and blah, blah, blah. So that is like, what's the butterfly effect of that? People getting fertile from taking chalk and then having babies that grow up, but maybe if the mom and dad weren't too fertile before, we don't know if that baby would have been born. So is that a butterfly effect? I think so. Kendall said, I hope it's a boy so I can name him Shane. Oh, well, Kendall, that's hilarious. But, or you could do what Johnny Cash did. And if she's a girl, if it's a girl, still name it Shane. Like the Boy Named Sue song. I'm just joking, Kendall. But Kendall, you won't know it's a boy till it's born, right? Because I don't even imagine you're going to do much. Are you going to do a rebirth, home birth? Kendall, let me know. Shout out to Chief Mustache as well. Lost my Urs today on. Oh, your Urs. Oh, damn, really, eh? Usually you want to enter after the opening bell, though, Swing, or take any positions. Usually after, but I know a few guys who were in pre-market today. And it delivered nicely, but I don't usually want to get in before the market opens. The other cool benefit, by the way, to the Blue Spirulina in the Chad mode, which you're getting for free, is that it grabs on to all kinds of contaminants, free radicals, metals, pesticides, which we're finding all over the place, and happily, healthily excretes it out of the body. So it's not only a detoxifying agent, but it also gives you that natural boost in energy with 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop. But I will say, when you first start taking it, your first scoop, literally start with like half a scoop because it's strong, and you're going to get what's known as the niacin flush, which gives you tingles all over the body. And people are like, yo, is this a side effect? And I'm like, no, it's a direct effect of the niacin. Yeah, but I'm saying Swing, but do you mean like the minute it opens, or because I'm saying, some people prefer pre or post, but my thing is more I would be positioned after the 9:30 bell. My sister just entered her second trimester, and she's the only one in my immediate family to have woken up to my knowledge. So she's going to do a home birth and everything natural. Thrax, that is freaking cool, dude. Shout out to Thrax, man. I didn't know you even had a sister, but now knowing that she's pregnant and is awake to what's really going on today, that's going to be a healthy, happy, safe baby, dude. Shout out to Thrax, man. Shout out to Lenny Bogarts. Isn't that what do you guys call it in Australia? A bogan? There's some term in Australia. She wishes she could afford a dolphin birth. Yeah, I guess she'd have to fly somewhere where there's dolphins. You don't really want to fly when you're pregnant either, I don't think, for the radiation. That's the theory, eh? Is that it's not it's the jet lag. It's not because of the time change. The theory is that it's because the radiation, because you're in this tube, in this metal tube, and everyone's cell phone's going on. That's the theory of jet lag, eh? That it's not from the time change. Dude, Swing. At that point, if you were up that much, dude, that's when you gotta think in the big picture. You want to chase at that point, if you can do that consistently, you want to chase more capital, not bigger trades. Because that alone, if you can do that consistently, you're basically a billionaire at that point. So you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, dude. Okay, hold on a second. More YouTube videos. Lenny, I guess people want them, eh? Like the one about smart meters, you delete that one. I don't know why, bro. I forget why I did, Lenny, actually. But You want more YouTube videos, dude? Because I got a fancy phone. Like, I could probably crank some out, eh? Do you mean like vlog style? Because we could send that too. Yeah, exactly. The other thing too, by the way, because the shilajit, which is in the male and female vitality stack, because they are considered the shilajit's an adaptogen, it actually it's a potentiator. It's an adaptogen too, but it's a potentiator. It increases the potential of other herbs and superfoods when taken with it. So if you're taking the male or female stack, you're getting the benefits of the ashwagandha and Irish moss and the Tongkat Ali alone, but then you're also getting the enhanced effects of it because you're taking it with shilajit, which is pretty freaking cool, I might say myself. Vlog, eh, Kendall? So you know what I got to do, Kendall? I just got to start posting YouTube videos, and then the ideas will flow to me. Like I'm thinking today, what would I make? Like, I wouldn't do day in the life. That's kind of cringe. Although I do like some like day in the life of a Japanese cook. Like that's a cool video. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'll come up with some ideas. Good call, Kendall. I should do that. And I'm not worried about, I guess this is actually not good, but like I'm not really worried about getting deleted off YouTube or something because I kind of know what they don't want us talking about. Now you may say that's like cowardly, but what if I grow to a bunch of followers on YouTube and decide to talk about adrenochrome and Bill Gates and I get my account nuked and no one gets to see any of my videos, then how successful is that? You know? Um, oh, Lenny, I mean, well, I will say there's like a couple different types of reels that I make, and some of them I'm more entertained than others. But I know if you guys are trying to reset your dopamine receptors, then you don't want to be scrolling reels all day. So good call, Lenny. I probably should expand to the old YouTube action. I know. Shorts, you can only go so far, you know. Yeah, like that too. Rules and tools. Day in the life of you with your pepper and your shishoto peppers and everything. People are going to be watching that, man. And you know what I noticed? There's a guy I was watching the other day called. Anyway, he's this cool guy, chainsaw woodworking backwoods kind of guy. Anyway, he's been uploading on YouTube for 12 years. A ton of his videos have jack all views. He just kept going, but now he's amassing a massive amount of followers, and they're all going and watching his old videos, which pays. So you know, it's not a waste to upload videos, even if they don't get much views in the beginning. And that's the same with if it's reels or not, anyway. Okay, hold on a second. The other thing that's interesting, by the way, is that, and if you're new to the live, this is breaking, shocking news, but did you know that in the UK now, or sorry, in the European Union, it's now been officially officialized that Tongkat Ali and two different mushrooms, lion's mane and turkey tail mushroom, are being reclassified as novel foods, which means they're not, you can't even sell them or buy them there without the mark of the beast. No, I'm just kidding. But they've banned it basically. So we can't ship Tongkat Ali to the European Union very easily anyway. And it's interesting that they're banning those natural materials, but you can still buy Red Bull and energy drinks over there, which literally kill like 100 people a year. Over 100 people. Like, let's see, how many people, by the way, drinks in the EU. So two things. That's why you want to take the Chad mode, because it's a natural energy drink, doesn't have all the crazy chemicals in it to fry your endocrine system in action. But what's crazy is since I started posting about the Chad mode, the wife of Bang Energy Drinks, which was a big one, sent me this big email message thing talking about how her and her husband were basically put out of business by Monster or Red Bull or one of them sued Bang Energy, and then acquired them. Like that was the penalty, right? And she said they're actually killing people with these energy drinks. They know they're doing it, and they're trying to shut down like other natural energy drinks and stuff, is what she said. So I wouldn't doubt it, because it says here there's no official or specific annual death toll for energy drinks in the European Union. 68% of teens in the EU drink energy drinks. That sucks. I remember here there was I couldn't get energy drinks in some stores. Some stores would just let you buy them; they didn't care how old you were. But other stores they would actually need to age verify you. So we just didn't go to those ones. But that's still improper, man. You know what I mean? Especially, not even, forget about the fact that it's like your heart and everything you can get gimped from drinking an energy drink. You got to also watch out for the fact that all the GMOs and strange stuff in there, man. It's not good for one's DNA. Okay, so what else we got? We got a ton of folks on the site right now. Hold on a second. Boom, bang, bing. Yeah, Bitcoin is sending. I wonder where it's going to turn around. So just quickly, this girl who is being defended, and people are all fired up on her and defending her when we know that situation unfolded where she strangled her 3 kids, and everyone's saying, no, it's the husband, even though her own lawyer said she knows that she killed them. It's shocking, man, because I knew that Lenny, I already knew. I don't know if you have a vibe to you or something, dude, but I already knew with the things you were saying before. Like, I knew who you were. But, dude, Lenny, are you not the one who's uploading all the rumbles to YouTube, dude? Because I thought we had to talk about that already, man. I thought I already DM'd you about that, man. And yes, of course, the heavy metals too that they're finding, Thrax, and not to mention the whatchamacallit, the BPA lined can and the bull semen or whatever the hell's in it. But my main thing is the DNA effects of it, really. That's good, Thrax. You know, you not liking carbonated drinks probably protected you from a lot of different chemical exposure. You would have chugged 1,000 of those growing up if you like carbonated drinks, man. Yeah, but Lenny, so you're saying it got hacked, but so you're saying that the account got hacked, but it's still uploading videos on YouTube? So someone hacked your YouTube account and then continued to upload my videos on it? Like, that's kind of a bit of a stretch, no? But again, I appreciate it and everything, but yeah, we had to talk about that, man. I mean, you got to be yanking my chain here, man, because why would someone hack your YouTube account and then continue to upload the videos that you were uploading to it? What's with that, man? So, yeah, the other thing too, whatchamacallit, Thrax, eh? Congratulations to your sister, because she's gonna have a whole new leaf. It's gonna be a new leaf pretty soon, man. Eleni, I'm talking about Shane Vibes Truth on YouTube, which just uploaded yesterday or the day before is live to YouTube, and it's been uploading all of them. So is that not you? I don't use open shot, dude. Shout out to Lenny though, man. He's keeping a close eye on things. The other thing that's going on, if you saw, I just posted, the mung bean thing in China and Australia is crazy. And also, the FDA egg recall is pretty insane too. So they're recalling 19 million eggs in 6 US states because of salmonella. And make sure, I don't even know how you can check if it is your um if the eggs in your fridge are from it, because it just said they were sold at Kroger and Brookshire grocery stores. So I guess if you bought any eggs from there, like, I don't know, it's got to be certain suppliers. So find out, Google, how do I know if I got recalled eggs? And they'll let you know. Lenny, I'm not buying your story, man. Unless you aren't the one doing the Shane Vibes Truth YouTube, someone else is. That's possible. But someone is doing like a full-time job downloading the Rumble and all my videos on Instagram and uploading them to a Telegram, which I think was also you, Lenny, but I could be wrong. It could be, but let me know, dude. What else we got? But yeah, so anyways, the egg recall. Well, I wonder if Lenny, just DM me on Instagram. That'll actually be easier, dude. Then we can discuss. Just DM me on Instagram. So I wonder why the I wonder why the Amish and Mennonites don't have to deal with a whole bunch of outbreaks of salmonella. Is it because they pasture raise their chickens? I wonder if we're growing them in the wrong conditions, perhaps, when they're stacked and packed in a frigging factory farm. We wouldn't have egg recalls if they were grown in people's backyards, really. You know what I mean? So it's shocking, man. And not to mention those eggs, they did a study and they found a bunch of eggs that had the organic eggs from, what was it called again? Do you guys remember the egg company that came out? No, Kendall, one Telegram channel is mine, but not. I have one Telegram channel that says official Shane Vibes, but then there's another one that doesn't really have many followers, and it uploads all my stuff on there every day. I don't know who it is, but anyways, lab grown eggs rules. I found that post. I got to make that post today, man. I got to make that post today. I just saw it for the first time. Walmart has approved or is doing lab grown eggs being sold secretly. How the hell is that allowed, eh? What the hell's going on? But anyways, there's a big organic egg producer, which was found to have a whole bunch of strange, because they were feeding them soy and corn feed, the yolks had high levels of the stuff you get from eating corn and soy, which is the oils, which people are trying to avoid. So is that shocking or what? Anyway, another reason it's imperative to be detoxing. We've got to be getting these. That's right, Chief. 100%, man. So, guys, this is basically the last call to get your free $100 tub of Chad mode. If you go to chalk.com and you put the male vitality stack or the female vitality stack in your cart and you apply the coupon code 44life, you get a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically, you're going to get a $100 tub of Chad mode included in your order, which is the natural energy drink pre-workout that's got 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop and organic blue spirulina, cold water. Well, the caffeine is a cold water extracted, but the blue spirulina is organic. And you got to watch out because just like blue spirulina is really good to detox because it binds to stuff, that's the even more important reason that the environment in which blue spirulina is grown and harvested needs to be clean. Otherwise, it will absorb these strange chemicals, if there is some. So that's why Chalk got the organic blue spirulina, not the knockoff stuff you can get. And remember, the vast majority of energy drinks and pre-workouts have synthetic caffeine in them, which you do not want. I don't think my crossbow is Excalibur, Lenny. And that wasn't even a video. That was just a picture I took in the tree stand in hunting season of last year. This guy's memory is crazy, dude. Shout out to Lenny, man. Nothing gets past him, dude. Literally, I could like make a comment on some obscure post. He would somehow find it and then like log it in his brain, man. Shout out to Lenny, dude. But anyways, so male and female vitality stacks, the top superfood combos for men and women, and we're giving away $100 tubs of the Chad mode. So all you got to do, it's first come, first serve. The first person to go to chalk.com, put a male or female stack in your cart, boom, bang, bang, apply that discount code, and you're going to get hooked up. with a $100 tub of chat mode, which you're going to freaking love. And remember too, taking the Shilajit and the ashwagandha together, those are in both the male and female stack. They complement each other. They're both clinically studied. The Shilajit boosts testosterone and calibrates your hormones for men. For women, it does not boost testosterone. It just optimizes your endocrine system, among many other benefits. But just for those who are like, I don't want to take something that's going to boost my testosterone, Shilajit doesn't boost testosterone for women. It reads your biological blueprint and then adapts your hormones to that blueprint. Like, pretty freaking cool, actually. We could actually say that Shilajit assumes your gender. I know. But anyways, that's in the male and female stack. And the third superfood in the female stack is the wild-crafted Irish moss. And in the male stack, it is the certified wild-crafted Tongkat Ali, which is 100-to-1 extract of Tongkat, which comes from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforest. And that boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Plus sperm count, sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. And that's in the male stack. Every single guy should be taking Tongkat at this point when we know testosterone levels are off of a complete cliff. That's right, rules, 100%. That's true. Yeah, see, dude, rules. Nothing gets past you either, dude. Shut up to rules and tools, man. Really, eh, rules? Lenny, my Hugo culture mounds have decomposed big time, and we're going to do more of them for sure. We also have, well, it's the beehives that are really buzzing this year, Lenny. Lenny, the beehives. But Lenny, let me ask you this. Are you going to DM me on Instagram, Lenny, and say, hey, it's me, Lenny from the live? Because I want to talk to you, dude, as you can imagine. By the way, guys, Lenny is the guy who would buy like $600 worth of chalk at a time to get shipped to all the way over to the Netherlands or Belgium or something. I think the Netherlands. He's a big time chalk enjoyer. He's got a whole closet full, man. Illuminati shirt. Did I have a Illuminati shirt? No, I've never shot a gun in the United States. I've shot guns here, but not in the States. Well, you know what's funny, Will? Just this needs to be said about saving the bees. Having honeybees is not saving the bees. And what I mean by that is, in North America, honeybees are not native. The only reason we need honeybees here, and rules and tools will probably know this, but the only reason we need honeybees in North America is either for enjoyment and being able to get honey from them, or to massively pollinate the gigantic monocultures and monocrops of canola, soy, corn, and everything that the system is currently built on right now. So farmers with fields, hundreds and hundreds of acres of crops, when there's not enough native pollinators, they got to get honeybees trucked in to then pollinate their fields. That's the main purpose of the commercial honeybee industry. So when the honeybees die for some reason, when a whole bunch of hives die, that does suck, but only because our current food systems are set up to be dependent on these honeybees to come and pollinate their stuff. But if we had farms that were using biodynamic, regenerative farming, partner cropping, that boosts the natural ecosystem and the natural pollinators, the native pollinators, we wouldn't need honeybees to pollinate our crops. With that being said, having honeybees is great. You get to take care of them. You get honey from it. You live a long time. I think it's because the frequency of the bees they emit lengthens your lifespan. Now, if I was in Europe, having honeybees would be saving the bees because their honeybee populations are dwindling a little bit there. And they're actually native to that spot. So they're more important for the environment there, the native environment, than honeybees are here. In fact, some would even say that honeybees are taking food from the native bees here. I do still have multiple pink salt lamps, Lenny. And they're a great survival thing too. You know, if there's like shit hits the fan, the grocery stores are closed, but you have 10 or let's say at this point, like 40 pounds of pink salt lamps throughout your house. You got salt for probably years, or enough salt to grind and then quickly put your meat on the salt and cover the meat in salt to cure it, because if the refrigeration and the freezers aren't working. Like what just happened in what part of Indiana right now? 350,000 people are without power. It's been like a week. People's shit's going bad in their freezers. If they had pounds and pounds of salt, they could have quickly salted all their meat, and then boom, bang, bing, they wouldn't have lost out on that meat. Salt is a prep. If you have salt, you're a prepper, man. Yes, exactly. That's right, Rules. Exactly, dude. Okay, guys, hold on, though. We literally have, how many minutes? Like 12 minutes before this is the last call to get your free Chad mode. You got to go to chalk.com, put the male or female vitality stack in your cart, apply the coupon code 44life. You get a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, boom, bang, bing, you get a $100 tub of Chad mode. Someone just got a giant order as well. Congratulations to just got an order, who also ordered a Chad mode. So they're ordered a Chad mode. They're getting a Chad mode. But because they ordered one, we wanted to give one to someone who just got a straight up male or female stack. So we still have one slot left to get a $100 tub of Chad mode included in your order for free. I wonder if that was Mrs. Sheebs. She said, "Where are you at then? I thought you were in Alaska." Huh, that would be cool. I would be hunting, and if I was in Alaska, I would be eating a lot more fish. I live in Ontario, in Canada. Yeah, it could be Mama Sheebs. Pink salt, it could be very well the petrified remains of ancient giants. Is that bad? I don't think so. But yeah, it literally could very well be petrified giants. It looks like it, eh? Is a trippy thought, Sheebs. Is that trippy or what? Now, my go-to salt, though, for prepping is not pink salt. I have pink salt lamps that are just like a backup prep, but it's good to have other salts that are already pre-ground. So in emergency, power goes out for multiple days, you could put your meat in salt and it will cure it and it will store and it will last. But you got to YouTube how to do that, because when it comes out, it's so salty. You got to put it back in water. It draws the salt out. Then you can cook it. It cures it. There's all kinds of stuff. It's so cool. Shout out to Straight Horse. Oh my God, if only Gay Frog was on. We have a guy called Gay Frog, and we have someone now named Straight Horse. Shout out to Straight Horse, man, who just got a whole bunch of stuff on the site. Congratulations to Straight Horse, who's getting a free $100 tub of Chad mode. Shout out to you, dude. Straight freaking Horse. But that means we have one slot left to give away another Chad mode. So if you're on the fence or on the site, dude, Straight Horse, tell me what you ordered and I'll completely hype you up on it, man. So you just got to make sure, unless you're otherwise directed on the live chat on the site, make sure you use the code 44life, 44% off lifetime discount, and boom, bang, bing, you get a tub of Chad mode if you get a male or female Vitality Stack subscription. Or in his case, I think he got a lot more than that. Shout out to Straight Horse, man. Yes, of course, dude. Let me just send this. Hold on a second. Yeah, you're getting the Chad mode, Straight Horse. The Chad mode is going to be locked in your order, dude. Shout out to Straight Horse. Where are you hailing from, dude? Is this your first time on Rumble? And where did you come from? Instagram or TikTok? Because we did a TikTok shout out at the beginning of the live here. No, Alaska would be cool, though. Again, if you're near the ocean, take advantage of the fish, man. Go fishing. But should we be eating shellfish? According to the Leviticus dietary laws, perhaps not. You know the Leviticus dietary laws, you're not supposed to be eating pork, cloven hooved animals. So you can have goats, sheep, cows, deer, elk, buffalo, but not bears, birds of prey, wolves, I guess not crocodiles either. But then there's a theory that all foods were made clean after the flood, so you didn't have to abide by the Leviticus dietary laws. I don't know, man. Lobster and crab do taste so good that I wonder, can that really be that bad for us? I know they say they're the cockroach of the ocean, but if the ocean's clean, they should be clean. But I guess some oceans really are not clean. So it depends what ocean you're eating them out of, I guess, eh? But at the same time, there's my understanding is that there's volcanoes erupting at all times underneath the ocean that's pumping a billion minerals into the ocean, which is like neutralizing the heavy metals and stuff. It's not just, I don't think it's only accumulating. Um, so hold on a second. If you're in California and you want the female vitality stack, buy the male stack and comment your order number in the chat. We can swap it for you. There's a strange loophole where seemingly they do not want women in California buying Irish moss. It's a long story. Buy the male stack. We'll send you a female stack if you comment your order number or DM me your order number if you're because someone from California right now, I'm getting an update, is looking at the female stack and would love to send you this female stack, but you got to get a male stack and we'll send you the female instead. And you'll get the free $100 tub of Chad mode included automatically. So that's the natural energy drink, pre-workout, 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop, and organic blue spirulina, which is a potent detoxifying agent. In fact, some say like the most potent, one of the most potent detoxifying agents in the natural world. Must have both fins and scales. Okay, so what has fins and no scales? Oh, like an eel or a stingray probably has fins but no scales. A shark. Oh, there you go. A shark has fins but no scales. A whale. But really, so you can't eat whale. Now you may be thinking, why would you eat whale? Like they're endangered and everything. But if you go to the Faroe Islands, I believe, it's north of the United Kingdom, they've been eating whale for thousands of years. They get a couple of whales a year that float in, that swim into their bay there. And then the whole townspeople come out and process giant whales, and everyone comes home with bags and bags and bags of whale meat, and they eat that all winter. And I don't think that's affecting the environment too negatively. It's the mass, Chinese fishing vessels and shit that are causing it. California loves their Karens. They don't want them waking up. Maybe, dude. But yeah, so just to be clear, if you're in California and you want the female stack, get the male stack instead, and then DM me on Instagram or send me your order number on the live, and we will make sure, boom, bang, bing, you get the female stack instead. Again, it's a strange legal loophole. Don't even worry about it, but we'll get you hooked up. And of course, like I said, you're going to get that free Chad mode as well. Let me see here. Boom, bang, bing. A new video just dropped, by the way, of Lindsey Clancy's attorney saying she knows she unalived them, talking about her 3 kids. Why are people defending her, man? It's got to be some chemical that's making people crazy to support a crazed lunatic who got rid of her family, man. Wow, Sheaves had whale blubber in 1st grade for a kid's parent's career. It's boldly good. First and last time I've had it. Oddly good. Okay, boldly and oddly good. I bet it is. They've been eating it for so long, I guarantee. And I just watched a video, by the way. All many ancient cultures would prioritize, and many animals will prioritize the fattiest parts of the animal over the leanest parts. Like a polar bear will eat all the blubber off a freaking whale or a seal before he touches the meat because it's got the highest energy density. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny too? Before I was taking chalk, especially the Shilajit, I remember specifically not remembering very many of my dreams at all. Once I started taking the Shilajit, it activates something, man. It's either because it decalcifies the pineal gland or because it massively stimulates the production of new brain cells. When you're taking Shilajit, you do have more dreams, more vivid dreams, and you remember your dreams. unlike, and that was even from years of eating organic. Like I was eating organic for years and it didn't really crank up the dial on my dream cycle yet. But combine that, a healthier diet, and a whole bunch of the compounds that are in Shilajit, which are clinically studied to stimulate the production of new brain cells. That's a game changer, dude. And I think also it has to do with the fact that it, the hormones, because Shilajit affects your hormones and optimizes them, including melatonin. It gets you into a better sleep or dream state. And then, of course, too, the ashwagandha is the main one, which is known to massively increase sleep quality and your melatonin production. So that's in both the male and female stack. Wow, Will's dropping a health fact. Shout out to Will, who's a big-time chalk enjoyer. He said, I think it's helping repair neural pathways, synapses, so your brain can actually function. And what does fluoride and GMOs and microplastics do? The opposite of that. It's true, Will. 100%, man. And then, of course, the gut-brain connection. The gut-brain connection, which, of course, they say is where you get a gut feeling from. It's the gut-brain connection. And so you got to calibrate your gut. And again, Shilajit massively boosts your gut microbiome. And so, too, it's got the blue spirulina because it detoxes all the heavy metals and whatnot, which affect your gut microbiome. But, guys, this is literally... Shout out to Kara, man. Oh, my God. This is the final call on the free Chad mode. Last call. If you're on the site. And by the way, Straight Horse, I still want to tell you about what you ordered, but I don't know what you ordered. So let me know what you ordered, Straight Horse, and I will get you hyped up on what you just got, man. Wow. Look at what Thrax says. He saw some Shilajit at Walmart, and it was $75 for less than a month's worth, and the dose was so low. Absolutely taxed. This is why dude, I know, man. And Amazon's the same way, except Amazon, which has worse quality, Amazon or Walmart? I don't know, but you cannot go get the Shanghai Surprise Shilajit from these random sites and stores. When Walmart's carrying it, you want to run the other way, man. Chalk Shilajit is 5 to 10 times as potent as conventional tar resin Shilajit, and even the tablets that they sell, which have extremely low doses of the main compound that's supposed to be responsible for its benefits. It's shocking, man. So shout out to Thrax, who's keeping his eyes to the grindstone, man. That's a malorphicism. What is it? When you, like in Trailer Park Boys, when he says, it's not rocket appliances, instead of saying it's not rocket science, there's a term for that. And it's like mal something. And The Sopranos does it a lot too. But yeah, so last call, you got to put the male or female Vitality Stack subscription in your cart and apply that code, and you're going to get the free Chad mode. Let me just see here. And remember, too, the Irish Moss, which is in the female Vitality Stack, it's got the full matrix of minerals. It binds to free radicals and heavy metals and excretes them out of the body. It's pro-fertile. It increases skin elasticity and skin hydration. It's said to have anti-aging effects. And all those bioavailable minerals go into your system, bind to free radicals, and excrete it out of the body. So we're talking about detoxing chemtrails and nanobots. Let's get some superfoods into us, man, 100%. And shout out to Will, who's remembering his dreams. Camel said, the majority of unclean sea creatures are either scavengers or water filters. Yeah, that's right. So wait a minute, though. Like, let's say there wasn't any industrial pollutants or birth control. They're finding the chemical that's in abortion pills in the tap water now. Anyways, if the waters were totally clean, are oysters a no-no? Or clams? If the water was clean. So I saw a guy harvesting some kind of oyster clam thing way out in Alaska. And I'm thinking, I don't know that it's toxic, but it's not scaled or finned. So it's a filter, so maybe we shouldn't eat it. I don't know. But I also heard that don't raw oysters have like 1 billion% zinc in them that like sends your testosterone and everything? That's right. Exactly. Rules. Well, and remember this. Even if you're eating 100% organically today, you're still getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. And minerals are imperative to transport cells or transport nutrients to your cells and throughout your whole body and absorb the nutrients because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. So even if you're eating 100% organically, you get a fraction of the minerals. And even if you're eating every vitamin in the world, if you're not getting the minerals, you cannot absorb it. And that's why people are coming around to the importance of getting minerals into their system because it is a very helpful situation, put it that way. The shilajit's got a ton of minerals and the Irish moss does as well. That's right, Rules. That's right. I've heard about that too. It's not always, well, think about a recipe. Let's say you love garlic, but you put way too much garlic in a recipe, you wreck it. So I bet you know, the dosages and stuff are, the ratio is more important than the amount, eh? Yeah, exactly. Let me see, guys. We have literally 5 minutes left on this deal. If you're on the site, get your order placed ASAP with the code 44life, and boom, bang, bing, get a $100 tub of Chad mode. Zinc being high in oyster isn't a good reason. Oh, that's what you're saying that towards. Okay, Rules. No, I can believe that. He's saying more isn't always better. Ratios that are balanced is way more important. So zinc being high in oysters isn't a good reason to eat to get zinc, to eat them to get zinc. See, that's something I wouldn't have thought of. I'm like, oh, it's high in zinc. Now, the chocolate powder has got a ton of magnesium. But people are deficient in magnesium today. So I wonder, but again, because if you're taking the chocolate powder, you're probably also taking the shilajit, which helps balance everything anyway. So it's interesting, eh? It's a mystery, this whole thing. There's so much to learn. Either way, they still filter biochemicals from animal waste. That's true, Chemic. That's true. I'm not a big oyster guy, man. I was just thinking like, oh, I thought there was benefits, but apparently there's benefits to pork. Are we supposed to be eating pork? I'm not so sure, man. And I'm not talking about bacon. I'm talking about even like a pastured pig, you know? Let me see here. Boom, bang, bang. Can you extract the zinc out of the oysters? I don't know. That's a good question. I imagine it's possible. Most things are, right? But I'm not sure how that procedure would go exactly. Okay, hold on a second. Sarah Connor from Terminator was in a mental hospital for blowing up a data center. You guys know that? That's a shocking one, eh? No one can really. Yeah, that's right, Rules. That's right. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend this deal for probably the next 15 to 20 minutes. If you're on the site, we're giving away free Chad mode if you get a male or female Vitality Stack subscription with the code 44life. So you get almost 50% off and a $100 freebie if you get a male or female stack. And we're going to extend that. Just DM me or send it to me somehow, your order number, so I can make sure you get the freebie for joining this live. I mean, we're all the way over here away from Instagram. We're on Rumble, and it's just for you guys. We're not doing this on Instagram or anything. The free Chad mode. This is like a hyper exclusive deal. So we got 15 minutes. DM me if you have any questions. Much love, everyone. Thank you for joining the live. We'll see you on the next one. I got more videos to post. Breaking, shocking news. Shout out to Rules and Tools. DM me, man. And we'll see you guys on the next one, all right?